Okay, so these examples will hopefully help you to understand the questions at the start a bit better. Okay, so in this equation I've got 2 subtract 3p, all of it divided by 5 equals 2p. And the only really thing here we can do to make life easier is to multiply both left-hand sides by 5. So what I'm actually doing is this, 5 lots of 2 minus 3p. I've multiplied all of that by 5 equals 5 times 2p. But the whole point of multiplying by 5 is that I end up with 5 divided by 5, which is 1, which is why I can just say 2 take away 3p equals 2p times 5 equals 10p. And that looks like an equation we know how to solve. So now I'll add 3p to both sides. So 2 equals 13p, which means that p will equal 2 divided by 13, which I'm going to leave as a fraction because that's not going to give me a nice decimal. Okay. Now this next one's a bit trickier because I've not just got one term on one side, I've got 2 terms here. The same idea, I'm going to multiply everything by the denominator, which has to be 5 again. So I'm going to end up with, so you can either think of it as 5 and then write down the bracket 4x plus 1 equals 5 lots of 6x minus 3 divided by 5, or you could do it all straight away. So I'm going to end up with 20x plus 5. Writing out the bracket will force you to remember to multiply the 1 by 5. You might forget why. So it's going to be 20x plus 5 equals 6x minus 3. Lots of ways to do it from this stage, but I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. So I'm left with 14x plus 5 equals negative 3. I'll subtract 5 from both sides. So 14x equals negative 3, take away 5, which is negative 8. So x equals negative 8 divided by 14, which I can simplify to give me negative 4/7, which again is not going to give me a nice decimal, so I'm going to leave it as negative 4/7. Okay, then this last one is probably the most difficult you'll look at today. So there are 2 options. Okay, first option is to make this equation look like the others. So what I mean by that is you just have a fraction all by itself. So in other words, I'm going to add 4 first. So I'm going to do 3x divided by 2. I add 4 to both sides will equal 2x plus 7. So that's one way, and then it looks like the ones we did before. Or the other way is to follow the same idea and multiply everything by the denominator, but everything on the left-hand side is multiplied by 2. So it becomes 3x minus 8 equals, this is multiplied by 2, 4x plus 6. Now they don't look very similar, but they will give you the same answer. So if I solve this one, now I would multiply by 2. So 3x would equal 4x plus 14. So I'll subtract 4x from both sides. So negative x equals 14. So x equals negative 14. Whereas if you did it this way, you've got a bit more work to do now. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. So negative 8 equals x plus 6. And now I'll subtract 6. So x equals negative 8, take away 6, which is negative 14. So either way you do it, you will end up with the right answer. It just depends on what personally makes more sense to you.